Welcome to Second Listen Saturday on the Parenting Roundabout podcast, where we share some fun moments from a past episode for your weekend listening pleasure. Look for new episodes every Monday through Friday.
Our target today is parent homework. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for my daughter to graduate in 2 months. Then it will be done.
Yeah.
Because
then your homework will simply be writing a fat check.
That's right.
Exactly. That's my homework. Making sure my daughter lives without me.
Yeah.
That's daunting. Yeah, so we're referring specifically to an article today that, or the article is kind of the base of this conversation. It was in the New York Times, and it was called The Burden of Parent Homework. And it was about, why are we, I guess, why as educators, then of course, why as parents are we willing to take on this type of work that comes home from school that seems a little bit above and beyond what the child is capable of doing independently. So then the parent ends up doing it. And let me tell you, that happened repeatedly when I was, when my kids were younger. And I have to admit, I was guilty of that myself as a teacher.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Because the author of this article goes on to state at the end, like, she didn't really, the parent asked the teacher, why was this homework given? And, because this was for her 4-year-old daughter in preschool, and the 4-year-old daughter had to collect 100 items.
Oh.
And so, of course, by the time they got to 10 pieces of Lego bricks, like my daughter lost her,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just kind of packed it in. So the lady, the mom had said, well, why did this have to happen?
What were you trying to get out of?
Yeah.
What was the goal of the assignment?
What was the goal of the assignment? And well, Catherine, you can finish it off because you summarized it so nicely earlier.
Well, and the teacher said, oh, the kids were asking for homework, so I gave them some, and I didn't even care if they did it.
Oh.
Poor mother was like, are you serious? I just killed myself to make my kid count 100 things.
Yeah. And, I have to say, like in my earlier years of teaching when I didn't have kids, and I didn't really stop to think about what was happening at home outside of school. So
that is clear.
Yeah, I would give, the kids some things that they obviously would need help with. But, and then as a parent, when I became a parent, it was like, oh, this is dreadful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With my kids, really pretty much all the way through college, homework was mom homework. There's very little that they could do completely independently. I tried as much as possible, but my daughter eventually started doing hers independently just because she didn't like that I made her do more work. I made her do it like completely and thoroughly the way she was supposed to do it. And so at some point she figured that I'll just do it myself, Mom. It's okay. And then she could just do whatever little bit she wanted to do.
Right.
But, that stuff is just understandable in that kids with learning problems are always going to need extra help. And unless you have the money to hire a private tutor to be around absolutely all the time, that help is going to be you, Mom. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the stuff for just little kids is... Come on.
Yeah.
All through elementary school, really.
Well, and I often refer to this this slide that I saw online once about assumptions that teachers make about homework and just assuming that, the kids have the parents to help them do it, and that the kids have a place in their home to do it, and that the kids have the time to do it. And the kids, so as educators, we make all these assumptions that the kid is going to go home to this perfect family that's going to eat dinner at 5:00. They're not going to have anything else to do but play outside for a little while after till dark. Then they're going to come in, do their homework, have a snack, and go to bed in a nice, comfy bed in a safe house. But there's just because of the nature of our society these days, that's not a common thing.
Yeah.
So, so I think like this really speaks to also how we have to really change our perspective and the way we view kids in our world today, like, you know, kids in our society, like they're not, I mean, some of these kids are so worked and overburdened outside of school that homework, it just doesn't get done, and not because they don't want to, it's because they can't.
Right.
Never mind the parents stepping in and helping, because the parents probably at work, you know, on
and also
job.
the assumption that, you know, your older kid has 6, 7, 8 teachers, you know, and if they all give homework, like that's way too much. It just it piles up.
It piles up, really, and that's another reason why I'm just so excited for my daughter to move on. And I know she'll have different kinds of homework in college, but she won't have that 9-to-5 day that exists with the traditional school system.
Yeah.
But it's just the piles and piles of homework. And of course, if she's not getting it done, then I'm stepping in to help her get it done, because, you know, heaven forbid she not hand in her homework the next day, because she'll lose points for it. And so yes. So this article is writing about a preschool, you know, a 4-year-old at a preschool who's getting homework.
Yeah, I really wish there was a way. And it seems like now with all the online stuff, there should be a way for teachers to communicate directly with parents over the head or behind the back of the student to let them know what the real deal is. You know, send an email out or put up on the website, hey, the kids wanted some homework, so I gave them this project. Do it with your child if it seems fun. If not, don't worry about it. You know, try to do as little, you know, as much as you can. Something like that. Because, you know, I might see that assignment and think, you know, this kind of sounds like fun. I don't know if we'll get up to 100, but we'll try. We'll do a little bit. But you get it home and you think, oh my gosh, we must do this entire assignment or my child is going to be in trouble. And it's true with, you know, as kids get older, there are things like a costume for a play, as we have discussed before. Yeah. If somebody could just say, hey, this is what your kid is going to need, instead of trusting the kid to communicate it in a timely manner. You know, even putting something in the kid's folder doesn't always make it home, but just send an email. How hard would it be? Let the parents know this homework is for you, and here is what is actually required.
Right. Well, and then I have an issue with the parent portal, because that is supposed to be filling some of that role, I think. Right. You know, that function that you're describing. But between my 2 kids and their 2 schools, there's like 4 different parent portals.
Oh, yeah.
And how is that supposed to work? You know, like for this class, their grades and their assignments and stuff are on Schoology, but for this class, they're on something called Mastering Tech that I've never heard of and can't ever figure out how to log into. And for these other ones, it's Infinite Campus. Like, for real, I cannot be checking all those things. Yes. I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not. I think what we need to do, maybe when we're getting class moms for classes in elementary school, in addition, you assign like a class communicator, and the teacher just has to tell that one parent, and then the parent will go on Facebook or email or whatever's the easiest way and let everybody know what the sitch is. That seems like that should be possible, even if the teacher doesn't want to have to deal with it. I remember when my kids were in, I guess, middle school, which is quite a long time now ago, you know, more than 10 years ago, a long time, but still within, you know, I still think within this century. Well, no, maybe before. Anyway, quite a while ago, I remember saying something to a teacher about emailing parents and stuff like that. And he goes, oh, I don't do email. And I'm like,
no, I know.
You know, join us, won't you, in the exciting future.
In the real world.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since then now. And surely all teachers do email, don't they? Are there still Luddites? And if they're not, then get away from my kid. What are you teaching them?
Well, I can't even believe I went onto my daughter's school website yesterday to try and find some information about a parent night. I mean, there's absolutely nothing on there. It's just a skeleton of a website.
How is this possible?
And then you go into the teachers' websites, there's nothing on there. It's like, I know that a lot of them are using Google Classroom to communicate with their kids, but still, it's like, come on.
I mean, I guess maybe they don't want to communicate with parents because they don't want to get in trouble, and maybe they've been told by their administration not to, but I think it's such a missed opportunity, and it would ease so much stress all around. If even just for homework, if there could be someplace posted exactly what the homework is, even if it's homework that is for the child. Because I feel like a lot of parent homework is trying to figure out what the heck your kid is supposed to be doing and trying to get them set up to do it without really having firsthand knowledge. Technology is your friend, teachers. Why don't teachers do that, Nicole?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't speak to. I just.
That you're giving Nicole some homework that she's really interested in doing.
Yes, there you go. There you go. We want, by next week, report back for us, do some research.
I mean, a lot of them complain.
Come up with 100 reasons.
A lot of them complain they don't have the time. A lot of them complain that they don't want to be opening doors to, where parents feel like they can access them 24/7.
Well, yeah, that's probably.
I mean, a lot of teachers, are definitely older and on their way out. I think the young ones are starting to pick up the pace a bit more, but
it's been
and unless, of course, maybe a lot of them don't have training, right? Unless they get a day of professional development, but they don't have time to.
Jeez.
They have time to learn it, but they don't have the time to set it up.
My friend who's a teacher went to a workshop on making podcasts, so they can give them workshops on that. But how about how to set up a website? Oh, my goodness. Yes. Well, get with, assign some child in your class, probably in your preschool class, there's one kid who could run a Facebook page for you. Set them up in the corner with an iPad and say, post this for me.
Flurry of issues that would cause.
This is our brave new world. Get used to it.